What's up, y'all? I wanted to touch on something real quick because it's a question that I get very often, and anybody who goes to a trainer, you know, they're gonna ask, okay, how many sessions or how much time do you recommend I do or spend training, whether it be the sessions with your trainer or stuff that you do outside of your training, in addition to. And there are several questions. There are several supporting questions that you need to know in order to figure that out. But the first two are vital. And the first one is, okay, what are you trying to accomplish? You know, are you trying to bust through a plateau, or you know, are you just kind of coming from the couch to, you know, and trying to just get started and lose some weight or something like that? Are you trying to build muscle? Are you trying to lose weight? All those things are factors in how much time you need to spend working out. The second of those is, you know, touching on that as well. What have you been doing? You know, if you're trying to get through a plateau, that suggests that you have been doing something. If you're coming from the couch, that suggests that you haven't been doing anything. So those two things are going to determine, you know, how much time. Those are going to be the baselines for how much time you need to initially spend in the gym. If you've been working out, let's say 2 or 3 days a week, you know, upping it to 4 or 5 days. Now, when I say that, I'm saying I'm assuming that the average workout is 45 minutes to an hour. All right, if you go in the gym, and I'm talking about a real workout. I'm not talking about sitting on the machines, texting and talking to people. I'm talking about 45 minutes to an hour of dedicated working out, not, you know, shooting the breeze and, you know, fake workouts that you see some people doing in the gym. I'm talking about a training class or working with a trainer, something that is strenuous, dedicated working out, because you got to have a standard for what you're putting into your workout if you want to have a standard for what you're getting out of your workout, right? So there's that. So in assessing that for a client, you know, if somebody comes and asks me that, you know, I always ask them, you know, what they want to accomplish and, you know, what they've done so far. And most people, most times, are doing something that's preventing them from achieving their goals. And usually it's you know, a guy who wants to gain weight, but he does a bunch of cardio, or a person who wants to lose weight, but they go and lift weights. They don't do any cardio. And those are kind of contradictory in principle. Yeah, you'll see some people, you know, on YouTube and you know, various blog sites and magazines who say they did all this without doing any cardio. But, you know, what are they? How disciplined is their diet? You know, are they eating next to nothing? How strenuous is their workout? Are they working out for 2 or 3 or 4 hours in the gym? Because if you spend that much time working out, you're going to burn the excess calories. And the always elephant in the room is, what are they taking? Are they taking diuretics and fat burners and all kind of other stuff to assist in that process? So without knowing all the information, you can't draw a comprehensive conclusion. So, and by the way, those are also questions that you need to ask yourself. What is my diet like? You know, if I'm trying to gain weight, am I eating enough? If I'm trying to lose weight, am I eating enough, or am I eating too much? Because there is a window. It's not eat as little as possible, because that's not going to help. And it's not, obviously not eat as much as possible. If you're trying to gain weight, it almost is eat as much as possible. You know, if you're trying to bulk up and you're a hard gainer, which brings me to my next point, you need to understand your body type. You need to understand if you're a thin-natured person, you want to build muscle, you got to understand that you've got to, in order to build muscle, you've got to have a sufficient amount of calories, or your body's just not going to add the muscle. So if you don't do anything and you don't gain weight, chances are it's going to be hard for you to put on muscle. All right. If you barely eat, if you just look at a Snickers and gain weight, then you know, you probably need to be in somewhat of a deficit, a calorie deficit, right? If you're kind of in the middle, if you're a mesomorph, so you can lose weight fairly easy, you can put on muscle fairly easy, then you just got to look for that right balance, right? So what do we got so far? You need to know exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish. You need to assess what you've done so far. You need to know what your diet is. You need to understand your body type. And then you need to understand the rest of the factors that go into getting results. So, you know, are you stressed? Obviously, because stress causes your body to break down. It's going to keep you from building muscle. It's going to promote you gaining fat, cortisol levels in the midsection. If you're trying to get a tighter midsection, stress is going to work against that. Rest. Are you resting enough? All right, because if you're not resting enough, you're not going to lose weight. And if you're not resting enough, you're not going to build muscle. The muscle is built at night while you're sleeping. Your body repairs and rebuilds overnight. All right, muscle is not actually being built in the gym. You're breaking your muscles down when you're in the gym. Your body rebuilds itself while you're resting. All right. So with all that being said, let's get to the point. How many hours do I need to spend in the gym? I don't know, man. I don't know what your goals are. Like I said, you got to go through that list. I said minimum, if you're coming from the couch, is 2 days a week. I've trained people for 2 days a week. Strength, like I said, dedicated workouts. You may need a trainer to understand what that is. A good trainer. I'm not talking about just run-of-the-mill training. You need a good trainer to understand what a good hour of working out is. Because if you're talking about, oh yeah, I did 2 hours of working out or 3 hours of working out, you taking long rests, taking all kinds of breaks. And for most people, unless you're like an endurance athlete or something, if you're in the gym for 2 and 3 hours, what are you doing? You know, I see guys in the gym all the time, never change, and they're in there all day. And so, you know, I say a minimum is twice a week, and it depends on what kind of workouts that you're doing, full body, upper body, cardio. So you need to find the right blend of workouts that works for what you're trying to accomplish. All right, you don't want to skimp out on resistance training, and you don't want to skip out on cardio, because cardio is going to help keep you healthy. It's going to help increase your metabolism. It's going to help build your heart muscle to get fresh oxygen to the rest of your muscles. Better than just weightlifting. And resistance training is going to actually help you build a muscle tone. A lot of women like to do a bunch of cardio and never touch a weight. And then when you get to more specifics, if you're at an advanced level, how much time do I need to add? I see a lot of people who work out all the time, and what they do is they add more volume, so they work out longer at an equal or slower pace than their norm, usually much, much slower. So I see people, even people that I train who are trying to break through a plateau or make progress or gains, and so they just continue to add more hours of moving real slow. And unfortunately, that's just not going to help, because your body's used to that level of exertion. So your body's not going to adjust to you adding more time of moving slowly. You need to increase your strength. You need to increase your VO2, your oxygen processing in your body, and you do that by high intensity, hardcore stuff. And then you focus on the table and how much you're consuming. You need to be more accurate with what you're eating on a daily basis. So I'd say, on the high end, you're talking about, hour and a half to 2 hours a day. So I suggest at least 1 day of rest per week, at least. And that's like if you're going hard trying to get to a certain point for a period of time, I suggest 2 days of rest per week, because you're not going to improve doing the same stuff for longer and not taking any rest. It doesn't work that way. You're not going to lose any weight. You're not going to make any gains. It doesn't work that way. You got to change how you approach fitness. Now that's saying that's assuming that you're working out on a daily basis. That's saying assuming you're working out 5 to 6 days a week, right? So we're talking about at least 5 to 6 hours. I generally say up to maybe an average person I think can sustain 8, 9 hours, 10. So that's 2 hours, 5 days a week. I think that's sustainable depending on your intensity level. An hour and a half to 2 hours. So anywhere from 7 to 10 hours a week. I generally do, generally do cardio 3 to 4 days a week. Like boot camp type stuff, or split miles. I like to do weight training the same. So another 3-4 hours a week. So in a given week for me, I'm generally working out from I'd say 6 to 9 hours. 9 is on the high end. I usually don't work out that much, but I'm not training for anything specific. Like a competition or something. Like if you're an athlete, you're training for a specific sport or something. That's different. But if you're just trying to be in good shape, be muscle tone, I'm on the high end as far as my level of conditioning and strength. If you're just trying to get some muscle tone, you just got to realize that it takes a minimum amount of dedication. If you're trying to base what you're trying to accomplish off of people that you see in magazines and on the internet and on TV, these people spend lots of hours doing this stuff. So if all you got is 45 minutes a day, then your expectations need to be realistic. And if you're only working out, twice a week with a trainer or something like that, you're not doing anything in between time, then your expectations need to be realistic as well. Nobody's gonna get in like immaculate shape working out twice a week. It doesn't happen. So those are all the factors. So anywhere from 2, and I definitely suggest if you're one of those people starting from the couch, if you're starting at 2 hours, spend 3-4 months and get that 2 hours down. Like it's like part of your routine. Like it's not like you don't feel right at the end of the week if you haven't done it. And then move up to 3, because it takes years. People look at this, these get fit quick schemes on TV where they lie to you. They put people who are already in shape, and then they get them to gain a few pounds and then lose it. They can lose it real fast because they were already in shape to begin with. I could gain 30-40 pounds and then lose it in a month and a half, and then try to sell you some product or something to get you to think it's going to work for you. But if you haven't been doing the same type of workouts, if you don't have the same mentality or time to work out, you're not going to get those same results. So you got to be willing to invest years, months and years into your fitness level. And otherwise, you're just going to be kind of going through the motions. But excuse me, I always suggest get started somewhere, because doing something is always better than nothing. But temper your expectations. And if some of you keep up with me on Facebook, you saw an article that I posted. People who go to the gym for like, oh, I want to get swole, or I want to lose a bunch of weight, those are people who don't really last. Either they fall off the bandwagon because they get discouraged because it's not going the way they want or as fast as they wanted it to happen, or they just lose interest, or that whatever that superficial motivation was that got them there in the first place, it kind of passes over time, and then they lose interest and then they fall off. So your goal's got to be a lifetime of health and a lifetime of fitness and being strong and fit as you continue to age, staying out of the hospital, staying more healthy, and because those things don't go away. As long as you continue to live, you're gonna get older, and staying fit and staying healthy is gonna be beneficial to you, but you got to do it ongoing. You can't just get fit and then stop and think that's going to carry over. There's no carryover workouts to when you get older. So So yeah, that's my take on it, man. And you know, I've been training people for quite a while now, and you know, I think that, you know, those of you, if you're like dealing with an injury or you had to take some time off, try to get something in. If it's 15 minutes or 20 minutes, get something in to keep your mind frame right. You know, don't do anything, just to keep your mind frame in it. Do a 15-minute workout so your mind and your body don't just check out. Because then after that, you feel like you got to do too much. Don't try to come back and do too much and say, I got to spend 2 hours in the gym because I missed a couple weeks, you know, or 3 hours. I got to overdo it. Because if you overdo it, you're only going to make it tougher mentally on yourself, and you're going to end up quitting again. So it's getting late in the day, man. But anyway, man, I hope that's helpful for you guys. Get in the gym, but don't train longer, man. Train smarter, you know, train harder, get in better shape, and your body will show the and also implement more discipline in the other areas of your life, your diet, your stress, your rest, all those things, and make sure you're completely well-rounded, you know, as a person, and that's going to help you achieve your goals. All right, I'm Dez White. Sorry for this lighting, man. I'm driving to the studio, getting ready to work out. All right, I'll let y'all later, man. Peace.